One of the most beautiful cities in the world is Istanbul, a place that immediately captures us with its impressive beauty, history, and cultural diversity. In addition to this, every year the amount of visitors is rising, and one of the reasons is because the city itself is affordable, especially if we compare it with countries in Europe, making it more attractive to foreign tourists. You won't believe the amount of places you can visit for free. This is why in this video we're gonna show you some of them, including the most emblematic ones and less touristy. After this video, you'll realize that you can visit a lot on a low budget, so let's get started. Bazaars and local markets. An experience that cannot be missed when visiting Istanbul is walking through some of the many bazaars and markets we can find here. Two of the most famous are the Grand Bazaar and the Spice Bazaar, also known as the Egyptian Bazaar, which of course are totally free to enter. If you have the opportunity and time, don't skip a visit to some of the local markets, where you can also get an idea of the daily life of the city and you'll have a great experience. The largest local market is the Wednesday Market, in Turkish Çarşamba Pazarı, located in Fatih district, just a couple of minutes away by bus from Eminönü Port, and another one is a Tuesday Market, or Salı Pazarı, in Kadıköy on the Asian side. Mosques. Something that really surprised me, especially when traveling within Europe, is that many churches and cathedrals, at least the most touristic ones, were charging a fee to tourists to enter. But in Turkey, you won't ever pay to visit a mosque. Istanbul is home to nearly 3,000 mosques, but some that I highly recommend visiting are, of course, the Sultanahmet Mosque, also known as Blue Mosque, built between 1609 and 1616, and where we can admire its outstanding interior, decorated with nearly 20,000 Iznik tiles in turquoise color. Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque, built by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian between 532 and 537, which after its conversion once again into a mosque in July of 2020, now visitors can enter for free. Süleymaniye Mosque, commissioned by Süleyman the Magnificent, and one of the masterpieces of the famous imperial architect Sinan, considered as one of the most beautiful in the city. Ertaköy Mosque, built in 1853, with its unique views from the Bosphorus, the ancient site of the city, and one of the bridges connecting both continents, it has become one of the most photographed and visited spots. Sultanahmet Square. This is the main center of tourism in Istanbul. Here we can find the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque, and the site where once the Hippodrome of Constantinople was situated. Nowadays we can only see some of its remains, such as the obelisk of Theodosius, the Egyptian obelisk, and the serpent column. colorful and picturesque neighborhoods. Istanbul, besides its historical monuments, we can also find amazing spots where we can just walk and admire its colorful wooden houses, streets, cafes, and stunning views. These are, of course, more local areas of the city, where you'll also have the great opportunity to see what the local life looks like. A perfect example to this is the neighborhood of KUZGUNCUK, located on the Asian side of Istanbul, famous for its colorful houses, boutique-type cafes, and the fabulous views we can have of the Bosphorus Strait and the bridge. Another ones are the famous neighborhoods of Balat and Fener, on the European side of Fatih district, just a few minutes away by bus from Eminönü Port. Just as KUZGUNCUK, this place is a whole experience. This is a place that shouldn't be skipped. We can easily find them on the shores of the Golden Horn, with its beautiful views of the Bulgarian St. Stephen Church, which by the way is free to enter, Fener Rum Lisesi, or the Fanar Greek Orthodox College, also known as the Red College or Castle, or the most photographed spots nowadays, these colorful houses and streets. The next option could also be Eyüp Sultan district. However, it's considered as one of the most conservative areas of the city, but just as the others, is a charming place to visit. Here we can enjoy the fabulous views from the famous Pierlotti Hill and the Golden Horn. The best time is during the sunset, where the water will turn into gold color. Last but not least, we can also stroll through the famous Taksim Square and the Istiklal Street, which lead us to the Galata Tower, famous for its many shops and restaurants. Here we can also find many churches free of charge and little passages with great style. Now that you know how many places you can visit literally for free, I'm sure you'll want to come here as soon as possible. If you want to know more details about some of the places we showed you in this video, we'll drop the links of those videos we already have in our channel in the description box. For more weekly tips and recommendations about Istanbul, then click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. See you next time. Bye bye.